Well, hello everyone and welcome to another series I'm going to do. I waited to do this series for a long time, so let me first mm, get down a bit so I can talk. Close. No, wrong one. It's the opacity, it's not. There is no master audio. So, okay. So, anyways, welcome to another series about Higurashi when they cry, Higurashi no Kokorani. So, we're going to start this series. First of all, I'm playing the visual novel. The first chapter, that one I do now, is for free. Free. You don't pay a single penny for it. The other 7 chapters will cost money. They are not like, not like $60 games. Of course, it's visual novel from 2006. I'm not sure where this game actually. But anyways, I'm here on Higurashi. I'm with a mod that it takes the original Japanese game, because the original Japanese game by Higurashi 07, he released the game in Japan in one full game, but in the English version, when they ported it from Japanese, they did every arc, every chapter, they did them as a separate game. So that's why we have 8 parts. So those because I have the mod, so it's like this. This is the mod overlay. Anyway, so config. Let's play it. I never actually played like a proper visual novel game, so I can't tell you exactly what can you do, what you can't. I have no idea. But anyway, so we have here options for art style. It's like remake and console, because the console versions in Japan, they have it called Higurashi no Kokoroni Ho Plus, I think. It's like the console version with updated graphics and stuff, because the original ones were kind of like old, so they took the anime models and put them in the game instead of the normal models, and then they made it like HD, and in the remake they just remade them for scratch. And also you can also change the old one. But anyways, let's continue. So the game, because I have the mod, it's voice acting from the anime. So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned, but Higurashi is my favorite anime horror. So Onikakushi, it's like Oni is a demon, and Kakushi, it's like, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but if you ever seen the classic anime that is called like Spirited Away, or in Japanese it's called Sensei Chihiro no Kamikakushi. So it's like Oni is the demon, and Kakushi it's like to get taken by. So you kind of like got taken by or kidnapped by Oni. That's from my understanding. Demon the way. So yeah, Demon Oni and Kakushi like taken away. Demon the way. You got taken away by demons. Welcome to the world of Higurashi when they cry. Onikakushi arc will begin the opening, inviting you into this world. Sit back, relax, enjoy life in Hinamizawa to the fullest. The difficulty for this chapter is extremely high. But I hope you will enjoy the reward. Let's start. Please do not deplore yourself. Even if the world does not forgive you, I will forgive you. Please do not deplore yourself. If you will forgive, I will forgive you. So please tell me, what will it take for you to forgive me? This work of fiction resembling sexual persons or organization is entirely coincidental. AD after Jesus, 1983. That's where it plays in the village of Hinamizawa, based on a real place, of course. If I was going to be ripped apart anyways, having my body ripped apart would have been far better. So when it's the thoughts of the main character, so it's like you need to read it, but when they actually talk with each other, it will have like their sound, like the acting. So I trusted her. No, I still trust her. Even if in this very moment I trust her, but I'm starting to realize I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. It was as if I was trying to convince myself in such a silly, sobbing voice. And those tears making a mess of my face. The mechanical, repetitious sound finally stilled, and everything fell silent. Only the cry of the cicadas remained annoyingly loud, and yet I felt as I could still hear her voice. But that's not possible. She's no longer speaking. The only one crying is me. She never cried. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion, because there was none to show. If she had no tears to shed for me, then I shouldn't need to shed any for her. Then why this pain? My eyes getting moist. Why was this happening? I still wanted to believe I hadn't been split apart. That's enough, right? Inside me, and in her voice whispered gently. My spirit had suffered enough, and countless times I wavered over whether I should just throw the battered thing away. Expect I've stubbornly refused to do it, haven't I? I'd feel better if I threw it away. Even knowing that, I chose to believe, didn't I? Only I can understand the pain, struggle, and appreciate it. Hey me, I've tried more than enough. I will acknowledge that much. So, isn't it all right? Just take the easy way out? Besides, I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind, with her. Like flowers by a grave. Now then, call me a nurse. Even though you can't feel your right arm. Just lift it up. And with every swing, forget a little more. The kindness made me happy. That adorable smile brought me joy. I liked petting your head. I loved how demure you are. Very demure. Very... I don't remember the mean. Because this will be the last time. Because when I swing this down, I will forget. This is my first and last. Bouquet for you. Perhaps I really do. Love you. Higurashi when they cry. 7th expansion present. Welcome to Hinamizawa. When they cry. So there is also a sequel, not a sequel, like another game in the series. Somebody has been apologizing for a while now. I wonder what she's apologizing for. So let's do a quick save. Because that's what you can do with light novels. You can see change voice matching level. Okay. Max full PS3 script voice. My censored parts. Original PC script voices where it fits, fully uncensored. Default level 2 should be the most balanced option. So it's like the option copy BG name, show file, and it's the normal ones. Let's play. Okay. So anyway, so there is another game in the series, like another series in the series that is called With the Seagulls Cry or Mineko. So after I will finish all the Higurashi one, I will start also the other series. And then he had a third series, but after the Russian-Ukraine war, he stopped to the game because the game that he made is like another one, the Cry series, but it's about World War III, so that's why he didn't feel good enough to. He didn't feel good to share that, to make a game when the world is in such chaos. So I wonder what she's apologizing for. It felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. It had been a while since I'd last went to the city. I only returned to attend the funeral of my relative. Even though I'd lived there until last month, I found the bustle of a city to be overwhelming. Those skyscrapers and the multi-lane roads. The malicious cacophony? I don't know what is it. Of the crosswalk. Even the campaign speeches blaring in front of the station felt nostalgic. The place where I live now isn't nearly as lovely. There's only a chirping of locusts and babbling of brooks, and the cry of the Higurashi, the evening cicadas. Rather than making me feel lonely, the quietness has begun to instill a sense of serenity. There is nothing where I live now. I don't just mean there is nothing, any burger joints, there aren't even vending machines. No music stores, no restaurants, and no arcades. An ice cream parlor? No chance. A nearest town has some stuff like that, but it's our way by bike. But come to think about it, it wasn't really a big deal. There were music stores and arcades and ice cream parlors where I used to live, but it wasn't like I ever hang out in this place, any of them. I lived in the city for 10 years, never once been in an ice cream parlor. I should have gone at least once. It's only now that I'm starting to regret that I didn't. Somebody is still apologizing. Who is she apologizing for? To. She apologized so much, so just forgive her already. There's no reason anyone ever need to apologize so much. I started to feel a bit annoyed that whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistakes, there are nothing can't be forgiven. There's no such thing as a replaceable mistake. You just need to be more careful next time. She's still apologizing even now. Then, has she really done something that can be fixed? I have no idea what she's done, but if it can be fixed, then that's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she apologizes, nothing will change. But even so, she keeps apologizing in such a heartbreaking voice. Hey you, the one she's apologizing to. Why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? She's apologizing in such a pathetic voice. So we are Maebara Keiichi as the main character. So now his dad talks to him. I finally roused from my nap and my father's prodding. Oh wow. Bright light, by the way. It seems the train has reached the final stop. We spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to the local routes. It was hard to believe that the landscape beyond the window in the city I was in half a day ago were in the same country. No, they even the same area. From there, we take a car deeper into the mountains. It's not easy to read this, especially when you're not fluent enough. Past where a dense forest encroaching on the mountain road suddenly opened up. It's Hinamizawa. It's the rice fields. It's the water, rice fields, and grass. There, where I live now, Hinamizawa. Higurashi went to cry. So we are past the introduction. I want to thoroughly explain what happens here because, of course, it's not 100% like the anime, of course, because the anime couldn't fit everything that a light novel can. So, even though we were approaching summer, the morning air still had a frigid bite. Although in exchange you could fill your lungs up with crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window, I was greeted by a verdant expanse. Nothing but trees. The neighboring house was far away on the other side, so I was probably the only one enjoying the view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Since I started living in Hinamizawa, I learned that even air had its own taste. I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. My mother was only one there. My father is nowhere to be seen. He's probably up working until the early morning. Dad had rather inconveniently job as a painter. It's such a laid-back profession. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, then work when you want. I was so jealous that easygoing lifestyle. I wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grow up. Dad was ecstatic about that. It was just because it looked easy. I never tell him that though. Mom laid breakfast out on the table. Seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg and grilled salmon. My mom was such a good cook, it was scary. A perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. I like my dad who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule. My mom never squandered any time or effort. She hummed a little tune as she brought over the miso soup. It seemed like it was a good mood today.
こっちに引っ越してきてから圭一が早起きになって嬉しいわね。
早起きしないと朝飯を食いそびれるんだよ。
So I'm only reading the not voice acted, by the way. I thought I was being cute, responding at a wisecrack after being praised for being good.
ご飯はいっぱい？それとも半分くらいでいい？
山盛り。
First I savored the steaming hot rice with the seaweed. Otherwise you can see I can like see previous text, so it's the text log. After that I covered it with the egg. Between bites of rice I enjoyed the crunch of the pickles. Not bad at all. Excellent as usual. Watching me clean my plate, Mom gave me a warm smile.
こっちに引っ越してきてから圭一が朝食を欠かさないんで嬉しいわね。
I was not a morning person when I lived in the city. When we left the city, slept right until the last minute before school. I really ate breakfast. Boycotting the breakfast Mom made me each morning. That was probably the only way I could protest being forced to attend cram school. I guess that was what you call the rebellious phase. I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she worked early every day to make. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Mindful of that time, Mom rushed me along with the white grin.
そろそろレナちゃんと待ち合わせの時間じゃない？急いで急いで。
Mom really seemed to be enjoying the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. One is one of my classmates. She really loves looking after people, coming to meet me every day without fail. The way I looked at it, a guy my age walking to school figured was just lame. But well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. Seriously though, how long Rena wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of the miso soup, I rest for the door.
レナちゃんにお漬物ありがとうって伝えてね。
Katutik bed. Those speakers weren't store-bought, weren't they? If I know that, I would have savored them a bit more. Hey, now we'll see. Now we're starting with it. By the way, that's the look, you can see. They were gonna look like. Now I'll change for a bit for the console. So this is the console one. But I think to get like the original one, you need to do something in the setting. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay. That's the graphics. Okay. So we have ATV mode. It's what we do now with the text here. Then we can have the original novel mode. So the text is like up here on the middle. So I want it to be like more classic, I guess. Okay, so here you can in the sprites, then you can change like the original one. So now it stands, you see, that's the first one. That's what he used. So because it looks kinda uncanny because it's kinda old, and you can see the ends are, and the feature is like kinda iconic in some way. So yeah, but anyways, you can just go here and change. You can say it's original, use Higurashi sprite, then manga gamer remix sprite, and console. That is the more dynamic accurate. I think I will use the console one, or I think it looks better. So let's do it. This one. A cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning
相
itself.
変わらず早いな。たまにはのんびり朝寝坊したっていいんだぜ。
お寝坊したらケイチ君を待たせちゃうじゃない。
You're so conscientious, such a good person.
そん時は置いてく。
ケイチ君冷たい。
So you can try have like an option to try for the lips to match.
いつも待っててあげてるのに。
But I think there is a sprite. The other sprites can't do that, and only the console one can, because they have had on Japanese version, on Japanese cultured version, they had like, because they made like console sprites, so they worked on the lip sync.
サクサク置いてく。キリキリ置いてく。
どうして冷たいんだろう。
So I can do the auto button, but because I don't read very well as much, so I don't want to miss anything that I can read, so that's why I'm doing like manually. Rena has slightly troubled look on her face. Toying with her was rather fun because how quickly her mood changed.
嘘。ちゃんと待ってるよ。
The swords Rena seemed to be relaxed. Her face flashed bright red.
ありがとう。
レナが来るまでずーっと待ってる。いつまでも。
Rena turned bright red, steam rising from her head as her brain short-circuited. She especially weak in this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease.
レナはロマンスものの文庫本は読んだことあるか？
ことない。
By the way, it's not the like traditional that you can like kind of like think of. When you think of some light novel, you think of like you have choices you can make. So here you can't. The story is more coherent, but you won't really need to get to do choices in this game. So that's something that the game doesn't have. From that response, I gathered that she is interested in them, but was too embarrassed to actually buy one. Couldn't imagine what would happen if she read one. He probably turned red and passed
そう
out.
そう、おふくろから伝言。漬物サンキューでしたって。
どういたしまして。どうだった？しょっぱくなかったかな？
They weren't that salty. Actually, they had pretty light flavor to them. It would have been fun to be just honest and say they were good, but apparently I couldn't get it.
その前に聞きたい。あの漬物を漬けたのはレナか？レナのお母さんか？
なんで聞くんだろう。しょっぱかった？
Ratchet's completely changed as she began to panic frantically.
レナか？レナのお母さんか？
なんで作った人聞くんだろう。太郎。
どっちが作ったかで感想が著しく変わる。
That's bad. Funny, like I said before, that you don't get to make choices in this game. It's a more coherent story. But now I'm giving Rena to pick choices based on what she answered. It's what I will get. It's funny. Wait, I missed it. She counted frantically on her finger, trying to remember the amount of salt she used to pickle them. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take a pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst, guys like me. Rena nervously opened and closed her mouth over and over, trying to mutter a response.
レナだけど。
Okay, so she chose that route.
うまかった。
Okay. Huh?
前回に続きなかなかだったぜ。飯との相性は最高だった。
Face with brand red again. He was completely spacing out. Really was a lot fun to tease her. I pray that Rena never get taken advantage of by some low life. Keep it, Rena. I will train you until you can handle an average person. I said it for myself.
行こうぜ。ミオンを待たせるとあいつうるさいぞ。
Seeing that she'd keep spacing out otherwise, I called Rena back to reality so we could make our way to the school. This strange, easily flattered girl is Rena Ryogo. Only known her about a month, but I've come to realize it's not that her name that's strange. What's the name that was strange?
みーちゃん、おはよ
Coming up the next rendezvous point, we saw another person waiting for us. Noticing us, she waved.
お、来た来た。遅いよ二人とも。
いつも遅いのはお前の方だろ。
In sharp contrast, the light Rena. This one marched to the beat of her own drum. She's immune Sonozaki. For what it's worth, she's our senior and head of the
おは
class.
ようレナ。そしてケイちゃんお久しぶり。何年ぶりだっけ
2日しか休んでねえよ。
そうだっけか前に会った時はあんなに可愛かったのにな。
Mion's gaze started at my chest then dropped straight down, focusing on the point between my legs. Between my legs? What? Huh? So she was saying it was my cross, it was cuter back then. Before you ask, just to be clear, I never actually tried to show it to her.
そうだよ、立派になったぞ。
What the fuck?
驚くぞ。
たくましくなっちゃった上にヒゲまで生やしちゃってさ。
What? Was she talking about his dick?
毎朝元気全開で大変なんだ。今度見せてやるから挨拶してみろ。
今
That
度
sounds
なんて言わ
bad.
ないで今がいいな。
What?
朝の新鮮な空気を吸わせてあげたら。
What the fuck? Mion, aren't you a child? I don't think I've ever heard talk so dirty you could smell it falling up morning air before. Mion sure acts like an old man sometimes.
よしわかった。大公開だ。後悔するなよ。
As my head reached to my fly, then I began to revel in a near panic.
ねえねえ、何の話？何の話だろう？何の話だろう？
Red faced and flustered. Rena tried to play dumb, but it was obvious she knew exactly what we were talking about.
どうだった？久しぶりの都会はさ。
Mion saw its gears dropping the dirty talk and changing to topic, something more befitting of the pleasant morning.
葬式で行っただけだぜ。慌ただしいだけだったよ。
でさ、探しといてくれた？頼んどいたやつ。
お前、人の話聞いてないだろ。俺は葬式で帰っただけだぜ。おもちゃ屋巡りをしてる余裕なんかなかったんだよ。
ち。おもちゃ屋とホビーショップは全然違うよ。特に洋物、こっちじゃなかなか手に入らないからね。
So, go take the bike and go fuck away.
みーちゃんまたゲームの話？
Mion nodded proudly as Rena giggled.
そう、ケイちゃんに洋芸のカタログを持ってきてもらいたかったんだけどね。
Westport was short for Western imported games, so games not from Japan. Using it as abbreviation did make it sound pretty geeky.
そんなのまた通販で取り寄せりゃいいじゃねえか。
ま、そうするかな。またプレイングの熱いゲームを入荷するからね。
今度は私にも分かりやすいゲームがいいな。
Mion is a board and card geek enthusiast, and I hear she collected quite a lot of different ones. According to Rena, Mion's room has kind of become a museum for domestic and foreign games.
俺にも分かりそうなゲームがあったらやらせてくれよ。
いいよ。ケイちゃんさえ良ければね。でもうちらのレベルは高いよ。
上等じゃねえか。俺だって遊び100番遅れを取るつもりはないぜ。
Also imagine like it's like 1983, so the gaming there is not the gaming from now. Not even from the
じゃあ
2000s.
今度はケイチくんも仲間に加わるのかな？
Bursting with joy from head to toe, Rena looked back and forth between me and Mion. Mion gave her an affirmative wink, and the expression perked up even further.
男の子ってきっと外で遊ぶ方が好きだと思ってたからダメかと思ってたよ。
See the opposite. Rena laughed happily. From such a friendly conversation, you wouldn't think I had moved here less than a month ago. Understood what they did. All they do is make transfer students feel like at home. I will have to try harder to fit in, so I won't feel like they have to try to make me feel welcomed. I felt like I acted a bit more open than I usually am. It should probably be about right for this place. Okay, so I didn't know you can change by pressing P. You can change the sprites. Okay, see, enable or disable lip sync. So only for Nintendo Switch sprites. So only the sprite of the console can do this one. Have the lip sync, the other ones can't. So that's what it is. And people can change it, but I can't show it now because we are kind of like advanced. So again, I will end the episode here, so don't forget this first episode of Higurashi when they cry. Part 1. Onikakushi. So, yeah. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and also hit the bell like always. Until next time, Otar signing out. Matane!